young writer Marina rented a secluded country house, hoping to isolate herself and finish her new book. The old mansion stood deep in the forest, its weathered walls and creaky floors exuding an eerie atmosphere, but Marina only shrugged. She wasn't afraid of solitude. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the house grew chilly. She lit the fireplace, sat at the wooden table, and continued writing. But then, an unsettling feeling crept over her. Someone was watching. Her gaze shifted toward the corner of the room, where a tall, antique wardrobe with carved doors loomed. Ridiculous, Marina muttered, trying to shake off her unease and refocus on her work. Night descended, wrapping the house in thick darkness. The wind howled outside, trees groaned, and faint rustling sounds echoed within the house. Marina lay down to sleep, but just as she closed her eyes, a slow, deliberate creak shattered the silence. Her eyes snapped open. The wardrobe door was slowly, very slowly, swinging ajar. Marina held her breath. Something was peering out from the darkness within. A cold wave of dread crawled over her skin. The pale moonlight filtering through the window revealed a figure. A girl emerged from the wardrobe, but she was no ordinary girl. Her skin was deathly pale, her lips shriveled, and her eyes enormous, black voids devoid of pupils. She wore a tattered, grimy dress, and an overwhelming stench of damp rot clung to her like a suffocating fog. Marina tried to scream, but her voice failed her. The girl tilted her head slowly, as if studying her prey, then suddenly lunged forward, her movements jerky and unnatural, like a broken marionette. Marina bolted from her bed, but the girl was already there. Ice-cold, skeletal fingers clamped around her wrist. "You shouldn't be here," the girl rasped. Marina wrenched herself free and dashed toward the door, only for it to slam shut on its own. She spun around. The girl was gone. With trembling hands, she flicked the light switch. Nothing. The room remained suffocated in darkness. The wardrobe creaked again. A grotesque whisper slithered out from its depths. Marina staggered backward, her breath ragged. Then her foot brushed against something ice cold. She looked down. Long blackened fingers were slithering out from under the bed. Suddenly, they clamped around her ankle. She screamed, but the sound was swiftly cut off, replaced by a wet, ragged gurgle. By morning, the house stood silent and still. Marina was never found. And the wardrobe stood there, its door slightly ajar, waiting for its next guest.